Man, look, let me explain something to you. Real quick. Most of y'all already know this. The more you learn about the elite, the more you learn that they care less about humans and more about how to get rid of humans. But it's an amount of humans that must stay on the planet. Why? Because they have to consume.
Somebody got to do work.
And, we're going to get to that. We're going to get to what Mr. Rockefeller said about starting up black schools. What was the purpose of starting a black university? Spelman. Who went to Spelman in here? We got a few girls going to Spelman from our school. Spelman is Rockefeller the first mother-in-law's name. The school was named after the Rockefellers. Hampton University, Howard University. The war that was going on between Booker T and W. Du Bois. Why? Booker T. Washington get money from Rockefeller. He wanted black people to be manual laborers. W. didn't. Battle. We're going to get into it. Get into it. Railroad trip. It was a railroad trip. Happened from Manhattan in the 1920s. Rockefeller took a railroad car from New York City all the way down to the South. The goal was to create new high schools and new colleges. Why? Because the colleges and not the colleges, but the high schools and the elementary schools at that time were producing thinkers. I got a test. I showed the test at the last lecture. When you see the test, the questions on the test, you wouldn't be able to answer them. Before the compulsory school system that we have in place now, the system that was before that, before this one, thinkers. And you can tell by what was being produced at that time. So the magnets, the elite, had to shut that system down. So they went to Germany and got German system. That's the system we in today. They went over to Germany and got that system, the first 7 PhDs. The PhD system is German. They went over there, they came back with the PhD, Horace Mann, Elizabeth Peabody. They came over here and created the compulsory school system, which said that if you don't go to school, you can't teach unless you have a teacher certificate from Columbia Teacher School, created by who? Rockefeller. These cats ain't playing. Y'all the only ones playing games. Terminal Varro received in stores in excess of 70% of Haiti's fuel. Terminal Varro, owned by the Wind Group. Fritz Mebs. There go Rob right there. There go Rob. Bobby J. Yeah. Businessman and Black Entertainment Television founder. No longer owns it though. Robert L. Bobby Johnson is behind the latest push to rebuild Haiti. And my dad say, look, why you talking about Robert Johnson? Man, he made it. Look, the only thing keeping you from fighting, the only thing keeping you from warring are those people that made it. Because they telling you, look, you can make it. You can make it. Look at Rob. Look at all them that's successful. Don't fight. You cool. Work hard. Go to school. You can make it. See? Someone has to make it in order for you to say, you know what? Maybe the system is good. Huh? Gotta protect the urn. On Tuesday, June 22nd, 2010, Johnson said his Maryland-based RLJ companies are joining forces with Global Building Solutions. Who owns that? Buffett. Giant Royal Caribbean, you know, the cruises. And Haiti-based Wind Group to build 2 factories in Haiti that could churn out some 800 homes per month. To who? Who's asking the questions? Who's getting 800 homes per month? The sister eating rice mud patties? Because they know, just like New Orleans, it's a land grab. Once you're out, Baltimore same way, Harlem same way, Chicago same way. It's called gentrification. Get them out, bring them in, condos. You see a Starbucks first. Starbucks is first. I'm telling you, you see a Starbucks, it's on and popping. I'm telling you. Johnson made the announcement after returning from a trip to the earthquake-shattered island, where he met with President Rene Preval. You know he gonna meet with him. That's his man. They probably share stories. And Prime Minister Jean-Max, I don't know, y'all probably can pronounce that, Bellerive, French. There we go. All eugenics and education. Man, how does all that line up? This man right here, his name is John Davison Rockefeller. He was the first one. He probably came out the womb ill, straight up, on the real, for real. I ain't joking. Beginning in 1910, Rockefeller money flowed into organizations such as the Race Betterment Foundation. That was the first eugenic organization. That was before even Margaret Sanger. Although Margaret Sanger and Rockefeller were like this. And Margaret Sanger said that the best way to stop black people from having babies, we have to sterilize them under the age of 16. And the best way to do that is to have ministers do it. Black ministers. I showed y'all that last time I was here. And she named black ministers in Harlem that had her speak at their churches. The first Planned Parenthood clinic was in Harlem. Before Alan Ailey. Next, the eugenics selection of the eugenics section of the American Breeders Association, which spearheaded the eugenics movement, the science of improving heredity. That means you're African, your line is African. Bad gene. You're European, you're Aryan, good gene, right? These organizations were also funded by the upstanding Carnegie. Upstanding. Carnegie was ill too. He wasn't no master of rock. Rock bought him out. Carnegie, what city was Carnegie from? What city did Carnegie dominate? Pittsburgh. He was steel. Pittsburgh. Harriman started Skull and Bones. Skull and Bones controlled education during the 30s, 40s, and the 50s. Along with Bush, the first Bush. He also financed Adolf Hitler. Harriman was arrested for the Trading with the Enemies Act, for giving money to Hitler. And Bush Sr. No, Bush the dad. Prescott Bush. Eugenicist. Henry Ford. You ever get the book International Jew? Henry Ford is sitting in his office with a picture of Hitler behind him. Henry Ford built the tanks for Hitler. The Zyklon B gas was created by a chemical company called IG Farben. Cats ain't playing games. And it wasn't about Jews either. That's another lecture. During this time, John Davison, him, controlled the American and world oil industry through his Standard Oil of Jersey, Exxon. Exxon. That's the name of it today. His family started it. Standard Oil of New York, Mobil, own that too. Standard Oil of Indiana, Amoco, own that too. Standard Oil of California, Chevron, own that too. Atlantic Refining, Arco, you've seen it. Arco does work now in food production. Own that too. Continental Oil, Conoco, own that too. Today a unit of DuPont. DuPont, Eli Lilly, Al Gore. Join at the hip. And today a unit of DuPont and Cheeseboro Ponds, lotion cream, Ponds. Because what they did, all the oil, anything that came from oil, they kept it. They made peels, lotions, tonics, the man ain't throw away anything, bro. Which began processing petroleum jelly. Used to be a cure-all for everything. Even my grandma, yeah, babe, put some jelly on it. Yeah. Put it on your face, everything, yeah. But it's byproduct of petroleum. Yeah. The Rock's Big Three, BP, after antitrust laws split Rockefeller Standard Oil into pieces. Called them pieces the Seven Sisters. I went to school in the South. There was a restaurant called the Seven Sisters in Alabama, chicken spot. Why y'all laughing, man? I ain't always been a vegetarian. Anyway, back in the day, Rockefeller owned all those oil companies, right? But it was just one. It was called Standard Oil. This lady came along. She was a thorn in their side. Took him to court, antitrust violations and all that. He had to split up the company. He split them up in 7 different companies, made more money out of those 7 companies. After antitrust laws split Rockefeller Standard Oil into pieces, called the Seven Sisters. This group would dominate the oil industry. The 4th sister